All right, happy Thursday morning to you all. I didn't remember to do my little weather snippet. My phone's in there and I'm not going to pull it out. We had a lot of activity going on around here this week. I was headed out to work yesterday morning and the electricians sent a message like right as I was leaving my driveway that they were headed over to trench up my backyard. And again, pardon all the mess. They trenched up the whole backyard and finally ran the cold-blooded. Finally ran the electric to replace the dead line. So that was an all-day deal, unfortunately. The electrician showed up at like 9:30. Oh, see? Why is this thing dying like this? This is not fun. Quit it! He showed up at 9:30 and the digging crew didn't show up until almost 1 in the afternoon. So I lost a whole day. They didn't finish. They didn't get out of here until 6 o'clock last night. And I thought that Murphy might be done with me, but no. As soon as the guys turned on the electricity at the side of the house again, my internet modem smoked. It doesn't work anymore. It just flashes lights. It doesn't power up. So the power supply got cooked or something from the inrush. So I called my internet provider, Easy Fiber, and I gotta say I'm not real impressed with the response time, because I sat on hold for 30 minutes just to get an agent, and then I waited another 15 minutes while they pull up the account. It was 45 minutes on hold, just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, and they put me in the system for the next available service appointment, which is 2 days out. So they're not going to be here until Friday or possibly Saturday to replace the modem. And I asked, well, can we just bring it into a store somewhere, a shop front, whatever, and replace it? And they said, no, it has to be a service visit. So, we have no internet at home. And, man, these mirrors are dirty. I didn't wipe this thing down before I hit the road. Oh, well. So, the power thing is sorted. The cable is buried underground again. And I'll call Centerpoint and tell them they can come get their extension cord. But the silver lining behind all that is, while I was stuck at home, I had planned to work, couldn't work, so I'm going to find some work, keep myself busy. I went out and started on the SilverWing project. So I cleared out my workspace again. Thankfully the Mazda is not sitting in the middle of the way. Pulled the wheels off of it and took those over to CycleGear. They've had tires waiting for me for like a week and a half, so took the wheels over there to get them mounted and balanced. But I got another setback. CycleGear no longer mounts anything smaller than 17-inch wheels because it's too much of a pain in the ass, quote unquote. That's verbatim. They just don't want to work on them. Okay, isn't that why you guys get paid though? I mean, it's a labor job and you've got the machine to do it, and other people don't want to bust their knuckles and ruin their rims and all that, but you say it's too much of a pain in the ass. You just don't want to do it. Okay. I won't be buying any more tires from CycleGear, period, ever. Done. I'm finished. I can't count the number of tires that I bought from there and had them mounted up, because they offer the lifetime balance, road hazard, and all that. What in the hell are you doing? Get the fuck out of the way. So, not happy. And the fact that I didn't get them mounted there means I can't get road hazard. I can't get any of that. So, yeah, it's a dead stick for doing tires over there at CycleGear. So, CycleGear. I ended up going over to Wild West, which was another fortunate happenstance. I got to see a bunch of new bikes and found out some new toys that they have there at Wild West to sell. They're now a Piaggio, the whole Piaggio family. So Vespa, Piaggio, everything. They sell it all now. That's cool. Aprilia as well. Pretty cool. Please lift nozzle. Okay. I shall. Mid-grade. So the SilverWing project is underway. I got those tires mounted up. It cost me $50 a wheel, so $100 to mount and balance them. But I figured the expediency and lack of bruised knuckles and cursing would be worth that $100. If you buy tires from Wild West, they give you a discount. I think it's $35 a tire, something like that. But if you bring your own tires in, it's $50. I get it. That's all right. Trying to promote sales. Had I known that, I would have just ordered through. Ooh, that's full. I would have ordered through Wild West and skipped CycleGear completely, because it's not. You're not saving that much. I'm going to keep bashing on CycleGear all morning, I think, because I'm really not happy with them. That's just piss poor customer service. And they've done it in the past, forever. I mean, it's just now. They've got a new manager there and a new tire guy. And they told me, no, it's just too much of a pain in the ass. We don't want to do it. We don't want to do it. We don't want to do our jobs even though you're paying us. No. That's terrible customer service. If they had never done it, and then they could point me to some reason why, then I could understand. But yeah, just deciding to change tune middle of the game after you've already purchased shit from them, and after they've done it, it's just, no, I'm annoyed beyond end. So yeah, I'm not buying anything else from CycleGear. And that's the same company as Revzilla. Damn, I gotta get my phone out, don't I? It's the same company as Revzilla. At least they share the same warehouse. They merged several years back. And I used to like Revzilla, but I found that their prices just aren't all that great on a lot of stuff. And CycleGear follows the same pricing plan on everything, this exact same inventory. So you can find better deals at Dennis Kirk, Chaparral Motorsports. There's a couple of others. I'll see if I can put names in here if I don't think of them. But yeah, those are the two that I always go to. And tires are cheap, much cheaper than going through CycleGear and playing their game. Okay, trip A. Let's get back to mileage, shall we? There it is. 12375 miles. There's that. $137.6 on the trip. Cool. Reset. I need to put my quad lock back up here. How many times have I said that? Keep getting busy. Other things take priority, and I forget. These Legend bags are okay, but they kind of remind me of Kriega with these, little buckles. I'm not really a fan of these buckles. They're a little fiddly. I'm not sure they have pop clips, the little nylon tension clips. Easier to work with. And they don't come loose. These things, I've finished riding and noticed that they've flapped loose in the wind several times. These are expensive bags too, man. $500 and change. Okay, off we go. Gotta go over to my buddy's place in the Memorial Park area, and we're gonna do our normal breakfast routine. Probably eat at a Mexican restaurant right over where we need to work today. Things are idling really low. Oh, it feels good to get moving. Temperature's not too bad this morning, but it is humid, man. 95% humidity. It's right at the dew point. Get locked out of her car? Looks like it. I'm gawking. I would stop and help her, but I gotta go. She was looking through the corner of the window trying to jimmy the window or something. I couldn't tell what that was. I might have locked her keys in. Too hot for that shield to be down. So round one of my Mazda repairs are complete. I've got at least 2 more rounds to go. I replaced that leaking coolant outlet on the side of the block. Come on, people, figure it out. It's not your first day through here. The coolant outlet, thermostat, transmission mount, the left side engine / transmission mount, rear brakes, both rotors and pads, and a couple of other, ancillary cleanup items. So it's running and happy, it seems like. Did an oil and filter change and went through it, made sure everything else was topped up and mechanically functional. Wouldn't say mechanically sound, but functional. I need to do the front suspension rebuild, get control arms, ball joints, thrust bushings, tie rods, the whole shoot and match. Probably get one of those 10-piece or 12-piece kits, just rebuild the whole thing. I've got to go over to a buddy's shop to do that, get a lift. There's no way I'm going to try to do that on jack stands. It's just too much of a pain in the butt. It's easier to do that when it's on a lift off the ground and you can get under it. So I'll replace the drive axles at the same time. Both of them are bad. The left one is just totally shot. The outer joint slacks and wiggles around is pretty bad. And then the right side one, the boots are gone. They're just torn through and terrible. So they both got serious problems, and the left one is about to go bye-bye any day. One hard corner on the throttle and it's going to cease to exist. It's going to be a Bluetooth drive axle at that point. So I'll get that done. That's round 2. And then round 3 is a paint job for that thing because it's losing all of its paint. It's just flaking off, scaling off. It's terrible, and it's rusting in several places now where the paint has gone and the primer has given up, so it's got to have a paint job. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that at home, do it myself, or go find a shop somewhere. Might be kind of a fun project to just, convert one side of my garage to a paint booth, get a bunch of the Visqueen and some air filters, make a filter block, suck some air through. Otherwise, I'll find a decent paint shop that'll do a relatively inexpensive paint job on it. I don't want to spend like more than $1,000 because it's a 13-year-old car, and you can go buy them anywhere for $5,000 or $6,000. So putting a lot of money in it is kind of a lost cause. It's a good car. It's only got 106,000 miles on it or something like that, and I had totally refreshed it 3.5 years ago when I gave it to my son. But it's seen a hard life since then. He drives pretty hard, and then he loaned it to a friend of his, who then loaned it to another friend, and it went walkabout, missing in action for almost a year, 6 months plus, and they just absolutely thrashed the car. I think they were doing parking lot gymkhana with it and hopping curbs and all kinds of stuff, because there's so many things on that car broken and just absolutely destroyed that should not be. I don't know how somebody could do that to something that's not theirs, and they know it's not theirs, that it's loaned out. How could you intentionally destroy somebody's property like that? It's just, man, I don't get it. All right, who's sleeping? Somebody's going to be sleeping. Yikes. 4 lanes, full stop. Not cool. Here's my spot. I gotta get 3 more lanes over, and that's going to be tricky. Alright, you're sleeping? I'm not. The guy still stopped. So it's only a little over a week to the Scoot the Ozarks meet. This weekend is the holiday weekend, and I guess it's going on all through next week, but I'm not sure that I'll make it there until late in the week, because I've got other things brewing, work items that I've got to tackle, and commitments that I've made. So I'm hoping that I can finish the SilverWing, get it put together, roadworthy. I've got to take it over to get inspected and get the tag on it, because it hasn't had a tag since 2015, I think. It's been a long time. So it's 8 or 9 years. So anyway, I'll get that legalized and roll on up there to, is it not Hot Springs, Eureka, Arkansas? I can't remember. Anyway, I'll throw it up here on the screen. But yeah, Neil and several other guys are going to be going. Neil and Doug and a bunch of different folks are going to be meeting up there. Neil has a campsite already, so we're just going to be riding his coattails and sleeping on the dirt, going for the organized scooter rides during the daytime. They have different rides arranged for small scoots versus large ones, and if I find a problem in the SilverWing and I just can't take it, or think better of it because of some potential downfall, mechanical problem, then I'll ride one of the small bikes. I could take the little Trail 125, but I'm not keen on the tube tires for such a long road trip. Super Cub is always there. I haven't done the timing chain idler replacement on that thing yet, but I think it would survive another 2,500 mile trip, 2,000 mile trip, about like 700 miles up there and 700 miles back, plus all the riding around, so it'd be a couple thousand miles. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. The electrician that was working on the house yesterday, he's based right here in the Katy area. He's just off of Fry Road, so he lives very close. And he saw all my bikes, and I was out there in the garage working on the SilverWing and all that, and he said, "Man, you've got a lot of bikes. Do you want another one?" I was like, "I don't need another one, but what do you got? Lay it on me." And he said, "I've got a 30th anniversary Goldwing that I inherited from my dad. It's in my garage. I haven't ridden it in a year, and the battery keeps going dead on it." I said, "Well, I don't know. How much do you want for it?" And he said, "I don't know. Make me an offer. I just want it out of my garage." So I don't need another project, but if he's still got that thing in a month, let's say, I might just snag it off of him to do as a restoration project and play with it. I never had one of the later model Goldwings like that. The 30th anniversary was already the 1500, so. The ones that I had were the GL 1100, GL 1200. I don't think I'd want to ride that thing around on a daily, but I wouldn't mind getting one out on a few road trips again. I'd have to drop the rear suspension on it, I'm sure, and carve out the seat like I did on my others so I can get to the ground firmly. The seats on those things are pretty wide, so my stubby 30-inch inseam has a hard time getting to the ground. I don't relish the idea of wrangling a 700 and something pound bike again, though. I think that one's got electric reverse, though. Once they went up to the 1500s, they added that electric reverse. That would be nice. Man, let me tell you, there's nothing worse than pulling into a parking lot and you go into a spot and you realize at the last second, oh crap, this is downhill. Too late, you're already in it. Good luck. When you come back out, you're going to be popping veins out of your forehead trying to back that bitch out of that parking spot. Boy, let me tell you, I did that a couple times, and I was real careful about where I parked it after that. I've seen big guys on those things, you know, 6-footers plus with giant ham hock legs, just waddling them back, sitting on them and pushing them back with their quads. Oh, damn. I could never do that. One, I'm not tall enough, and two, I'm not built like that. That is some serious leg strength. Waddling a 750-pound bike uphill backwards. Yowza. I always had to get off of them, get next to it, and, you know, grab the handlebar and one of the rear bags or the seat and just push, you know, do lateral squats. It looks like I-10 is a parking lot this morning, so I think I'll take the back roads to get where I need to go. Probably a safe posture. Yep, definitely. Oh yeah, I-10 is a parking lot. What's going on? 7 lanes and stopped steel. Ooh, it's hot. Yeah, it's going to be a scorcher today. Early in the week, we had a forecast for rain almost every single day in the week, but now, no. We had some thunder showers move across the metro late yesterday afternoon, about 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that. But it wasn't too bad. Yeah, don't bother slowing down. Jesus Christ, guy about nailed me. I'm trying to move over and be nice, and he shaves me, man. Damn near hit the bag. What a complete tool. That's why I always watch my mirrors. If I hadn't scooted over, I think he would have hit me. those brakes hard, did you? That's a place I've not been in a long time. In fact, it's got to be at least 10 years since I've been to a Denny's. Denny's. Never eat there. I think I got burned out on a couple of them that I ate at in the Austin area and also Oklahoma City before I moved to Austin. All of their stuff just tastes like burned grill grease. Scorched grill grease. Everything tasted like it. The bacon tasted like it. The eggs tasted like it. The hash browns really tasted like it. I don't know if it was just the oil that they were using or if they weren't cleaning the grills right or what, but it all tasted the same. I mean, there was no differentiation. You could have anything, and it tasted like grill grease. Go! Roundabout, nobody in there. You keep going. Oh, come on, people. Wake up. There are no cars in this path. You go. See how easy this is? Nobody here. Roll. It's not a four-way stop. Bump. Big bumpity bump. Eee, off the seat. Those are curbs, those aren't bumps. I always like the look of these cars. Chrysler 300s. Good boxy, muscular look to them. I rented one a couple times through, was it Alamo Rent-A-Car in the early days, and then again much later. I think it was Hertz, might have been Enterprise. Drive nice. Okay. I'm not much of a Dodge fan. Yeah, excuse me. I've owned 2 Dodges in the past, and I had nothing but mechanical problems with both of them, so I'm not much of a fan. Granted, one of those was a pretty clapped out Dodge Caravan used as a work and delivery vehicle, but it was maintained well, and it just always had problems, just non-stop. Transmission problems, electrical problems, oil leaks, you name it, everything. All right, I've arrived. I will try to catch you all for the return commute. All right, everybody, welcome back to the evening. It's about 6:30, 6-ish. Before I gotta put myself in manual. It's like, why isn't the bike changing gears? In the parking garage, I set it to manual, so it's not sitting there hunting back and forth. I feel like an idiot, like, it's not changing. It's been storming off and on all day long. Getting some pretty thick storm clouds. We had a couple of nasty downpours over on the east side of downtown. Spent the whole day over there, and got wet, but I wasn't riding, so didn't have to worry about being soggy. But it's looking pretty cloudy even behind me back out west, so I might get wet on the way home. We'll see. Oh, my nose. The wind is blowing, and it's blowing something around because I'm sneezing like crazy. Probably fired off 20 sneezes since I left the client site 30 minutes ago. Something in the air. Anywho, it was another long and semi-productive day. The chores or tasks that we had lined up for us went successfully, but we ended up with some more collateral damage on something that we were not anticipating, and it was nothing that we were doing. It was weird timing that just happened to coincide with what we were doing. Very strange. A little security building at the front of the property has an underground Ethernet. It's got some buried copper in a conduit out there. 2 Ethernets and a couple of lines for phones, old digital phones. And we had some weird problems. We had to shut that link down at the switches inside because we had a DHCP conflict. Something stole an address from the IP office phone system that made all the inbound call routing stop. Again, nothing related to what we were doing, just weird happenstance. But then we restarted the switches, did the stuff that we needed to do, and that little guard building, the security building, wasn't coming back online, period. We couldn't get it to come up. So we're checking all the links, we're checking the switch configs. Why isn't it coming up? We put a tester on it and found that pins 1 and 2 and 3 and 6 are bridged. They're shorted somewhere. So we're testing the line, trying to figure out, okay, is it at the head end, is it the far end, where is it? And the run is in 2 pieces. It goes from the server room out to the side of the building to a junction box, and then from that junction box to an underground run that goes out to the shack. And that's where the break is in the underground section. So it's odd that it happened during the storm and while we were working on it, but that link no longer works. Great. So we spent another hour trying to set up a wireless bridge out there, but we're still not having any luck with the equipment that we had on hand. So it was an hour and a half of wasted effort. We'll take another set of wireless bridges over there tomorrow, sort it out, hopefully get them talking again until we can run new copper or maybe fiber. I'm voting fiber, but we don't know if we can even get through that existing conduit. My bad. Hitting my horn button by mistake. So we don't know if we can get through the conduit. If it's collapsed, we're screwed, and they're going to have to do something else. So the wireless bridges are going to be our contingency plan for now. Oh, something over here smells good. What am I smelling? It's got to be El Rey. That's a pretty good place, actually, for fast food. Cuban and Mexican cuisine. They got good breakfast. We go there for tacos sometimes. A decent little breakfast spread. They've actually got a sandwich in there. I forget what they call it, but it's very good. I'd never tried it until just lately. Saw it on the menu and I thought, oh, I'll try that out. Why not? I was not disappointed. A lot of food, good price. And another train. Great. Great. We got stuck on behind a train on the way over to my buddy's place. And of course this road is so sharply crowned to the left, I can't lay the bike over on the side stand here unless I want to pick it up. So neutral and stop. This is actually the 4th train that that I've encountered today. There were 2 this morning on the way out to the client site that we had to deal with. 1 on the way back to his place, and now this one. I don't think I've ever been stopped on these tracks more than once in a day, but here we go. Oh, that was a long train. At least he didn't stop, he kept on going. And it's starting to rain. Great. nobody going west. Yes. Usually this left lane is stacked up for half a mile. Oh boy. Yeah, that rain's coming in. Looks like I'll ride out of it going that way, so that's okay. I don't have my rain suit with me today. Figured if I got wet, I got wet. It's alright. And this gets snotty when it's wet, so I'm taking it easy. Fresh wet too. That's when all the slime and grime comes up to the surface. Get on in there. Guy's on his phone, weaving all over the lane, can't maintain speed. Look at him, weaving all over the damn road. Either drunk already or on the phone. Yes, it is after 5 o'clock, but that doesn't mean you get shitty before you start your evening commute. We got a major problem out here in Katy. Still totally stopped at this time of night. That means there must be an accident up here somewhere. So the question now is get off early or take chances on suffering through a clogged HOV lane. Decisions. Oh, that HOV is clogged all the way up. Yikes. Yep, I'm getting off. I see that HOV stopped up there. I ain't gonna play that. .7 miles to the gallon average today. Not spectacular. I'm not riding fast. In town though, with these stop and go city commutes, I've noticed that I usually get right around 42 to 45 miles to the gallon is the average. Not bad for a big 1100. Out on the highway, if I'm not fighting headwinds or nasty weather, and I can keep my speed below 70, between 65 to 70, it gets 52 miles to the gallon, which is pretty good. The highest I've ever seen out of it was 55, but it's usually somewhere between 52, 53 on slow, steady commutes. or highway tours rather. Home again. Another work day done and gone, and I'm going to eat something because I'm hungry, and I'll probably go out in the garage and continue my SilverWing teardown. I need to pull the tank out of it. I want to finish the brakes tonight, get the brakes done, wheels all sorted, and probably pull the gas tank out of it and start cleaning that, because that'll be a day or two long soak with some vinegar and maybe some BBs if I really have to scrape and scratch it up inside. So we'll see. Anyway, thanks for joining, and I will catch you for the next installment.